Hey, what's going on, guys? My name is KarQ. Welcome to the KarKives, the KarQ Archives YouTube channel where I do VOD reviews, gameplay, variety content, patch notes reviews, all that good stuff. We got some Ana gameplay on Busan submitted by Bassy Boy. Base or Bass? Those are two different things, right? Okay, so you know they're a Widow. I would probably stop. What is... Okay, both you guys are just ego peeking the Widow. Holy, what the hell? Your Echo just straight up killed the Widow from across the map. Both people just stood still. What? Yeah, D.Va's matrixing for a bit, sure, but your Echo just straight up shot sticky nades in the straight line and killed him. Oh, let's go. Whoa, okay. Obviously that nade, I could see the idea. I think you wanted to hit him, but you know, everybody hits the wall sometimes. What are you staring at here? Okay, so right off the gate, just be looking to shoot something. You're staring at a wall. You're still staring at the wall. You're still staring at the wall. You're still staring at the wall. Still staring at the wall. So in general, crosshair placement, number one, could definitely help. You know, either looking at your teammates or looking around the corner here to do some DPS shots. Nice quick scope though. This is console, right? Yeah. Hey, good unscope shots here. Easy to hit on the D.Va. This is console. As you can, I can see the giant thumbstick movements like this. Okay, so this Doomfist is in front. Yeah. All right. Playing close with your team here. I mean, alright. If your whole team is moving up collectively, I think here is fine. You don't have to stare at him anymore. Lucio can self-heal. You shoot him once and he should be good to go. And he'll self-heal the rest. So, as an Ana, if you're going to move up close to your team, if you have to literally react to how your tanks play and how they play. If they're engaging and it looks like your tanks are going to back up, you need to back up. So, if you look to the right, Ryan's in and your tanks are hitting this direction, which means you got to back and drop down. Like right here, like you shouldn't be moving forward to the left. Your team backed off here, so now you're the lone wolf caught out on the right. Like if this enemy team recognize, hey, what, their Ana's here, like this, you're dead immediately. You got away with it there though. So right here, if the team fights, you know, taking place here, I would start repositioning. You're in kind of a shit spot. Ideally, you don't want to play here alone because your entire team's on point. You can get caught out pretty easily. As the team fight's breaking out here, you have to start moving your way back here. Give yourself a little bit of cover and jiggle. If possible, come back around here. But in general, I play here as Ana because this entire section on the left gives you the most amount of coverage, where all you have to do is just hide here and they can't kill you unless they commit around corners. You're getting sent, you can see, so you kind of get caught into a bunch of like random AoE and stuff when you play here. But I mean, you had no choice because you moved up with your team. But as I was saying earlier, when your team is backing up, you need to drop the point or drop down and then drop backwards and kite. Like ideally, when you were here and you got away with it, I would have just backed up like this, and then to the left. In a perfect world, of course.
You're powered up. Get in there.
Systems in overdrive.
Okay. So you're coming back. Nobody's captured the point yet. Echo's killed 2, and everybody's respawning. Early on the Nano, I probably would have just healed the Echo.
You're powered up. Get in there.
Systems in overdrive.
Okay. Well, regardless, your Echo's doing work now. All right. But yeah, nobody capped the point the whole time. Holy shit. I totally didn't realize nobody capped it at the beginning. Got the quick scopes on lock though. So this positioning here is kind of poopy. Move to the left with your team here. Move to the left. Move to the left, yeah. Because when you move to the right here, you can either get shot here or anybody who moves out here shoots here. Most teams don't come out on the right side alone. So that's why, like, if your team is controlling this space, very rarely do people actually move all the way out here to the right. I mean, some people do, but more likely than not, you're safer here because people pop out on that little window. Then they come on the left side. Okay, so it looks like you're doing it.
Enemy is reviving.
Moving it.
Activating self-destruct sequence.
Okay. Cheeky sleep, but I guess it's fine. I'm gonna go for an aggro play here. Another heal. You should look for an offensive. Okay, so you defensively naded here. So right after your diva engaged, you know, Ryan's shield's gonna be low, potentially cracked. That's why he's swinging. That's why you should have been looking for nade right here.
Enemy is reviving.
Okay.
Enemy is reviving.
Activating self-destruct.
So this happens. You know nobody died, which means that Reinhardt very more likely than not shielded it. That's why he's swinging right now, because he's got no shield. This is where you look for your nade opportunity right here. Like right here, like maybe right as soon as your ball slimmed, I would have just thrown it there. And now you missed your opportunity. That Ryan swung long enough, he has his shield back. And then you did a weird defensive nade here, which was unnecessary. So you gotta... People always ask, KarQ, what do you use your nade for? To heal your team or hit the enemy? More often than not, tagging enemies is better value than healing your team, unless your team is on the back foot and you'd like absolutely need to like pocket hardcore and heal them. Like your Hanzo and your ball were healthy. Like that was 100% a chance to just offensively nade and be a playmaker there. Open up the fight for your team. Also, you're on a low ground angle here down the stairs, so it would have been tough inherently to land that. Like here, I would argue that you could defensively nade here to heal the ball a bit faster. You literally spent like 6 shots and turned your back to the point because he wasn't healed. Right? He was looking for healing. As an example. Right? Like here, if this guy comes here and I see this fight here, I would probably wait for the ball to roll right here and try to tag all 3 of them.
I will
Boom.
keep you here.
Regardless, you can look to the ground, nade this guy, and then as he gets the nade, that means this health pack gets more amped healing, and then one more shot here would have topped him off to full with that nade. And then you can 2, 3. You wasted 3 shots and turned your back to the enemy because you didn't nade there, and you still had it the whole time right now. And then you ended up self-nading anyways, so that would have been a defensive nade to get your ball back in the fight ASAP, Rocky. Okay, beat for beat. Okay. So this Lucio's on you. I was gonna say you should wait for the first boot before you go for the self-nade there. Yeah, this positioning's rough. Just kite now. Run. I should just go to spawn to heal, honestly. Taking too much time. Oh well. Okay, you get some juice, turn it around. Alright. What does your team have here? You can just, honestly, in this comp, you either nano the ball when he gets a big slam engage, or you nano the echo. That's it. Nanoing Diva was an old thing you used to do, but nanoing ball is great value, especially if he has mines, because as soon as he goes up in the air and gets mines off and you nano him, the pile drive can do like 150 in the center, and he starts building his next mines with the nanoed thing, and he gets extra HP and tankiness, and he has the adaptive shield. He's unkillable with the nano, which is why nanoing ball is pretty solid. Hanzo is hard because he can't hit, he has to hit his shots, but you can do it to save him, but an Echo is a great nano target outside of any ultimates. So those are your 2 ideal for people right now.
Get back in the fight.
Like right here, I would have just been like, ball, go. Let me just nano you so you can engage and make space for your team. Right here. You can nano him. You can nano him. You can nano him. All right, there you go. Good. He gets healed. Alright, just play here. Just play here. You're good here. Nice. Okay, cheeky nade. Try to shoot before you nade or any sort of ability on Ana. It's a free animation cancel. Boost your APM a little bit. Spoon, thank you for the prime sub. Nice, just like that. You know how you shot and then slept. You get both at the same time. So a little missed opportunity there. You're looking for a target to shoot. Like my eyes when I'm playing Ana look for squishy targets. If the tanks are full health and they're not getting focused, like after the sleep to stop him from moving, great. Now look for who you can shoot. My eyes right here would be like to aim and heal this guy. But then once I see the DMech and I see the Mercy fly, healing here is pointless. I see this DMech animation, my eyes turn to this Mercy. And I would have looked to the right, but it would have popped. She just GA'd, which means she can't GA for another 1 or 2 seconds, or 2 seconds or whatever. And she's stuck in the open. Honestly, I would have been able to 3-tap her on PC. Obviously a bit harder on console, but even 1 or 2 pressure shots in the Mercy can go a long way right now. Instead of shooting that Ryan twice.
You're going
shoot
to
the
be
Mercy
okay.
twice, makes the Mercy fly away, and therefore the Ryan can't get any more healing. Gonna have to just reset here.
Get healed.
I see. Good. Aggressive shot there. You literally shoot one shot and whoa, 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 whoa. That was way too ambitious of a sleep dart. Sleep dart's a great cooldown. Not to use it just cuz. Okay, your Reaper just died for no reason. Went for a dry nade on the right. There's a lot of wasted time in between each of your abilities. So we saw earlier in the beginning of the game where you're just staring at the wall and not sure what to do. Your APM needs a lot of work. You got to be like, there's stuff on your screen that you could be shooting at, whether it's a teammate or an enemy. You get the nade off, sure. You should just be shooting. You could have shot the Zarya once, could have shot this soldier again too. Huge grab. Huge grab by the enemy. They grab, and the guy just dragging instinctively without looking at the grab. Holy. Okay, you guys can actually pull this off because the enemy's kind of botting out. Okay, so
You're going to live.
you don't want to move forward and move to the left of the point when shit's happening here. Honestly, this angle's kind of shit because if your team like kites and moves to your left, this entire wall blocks you. As soon as like your Lucio dropped the beat and you had a bit of time, I would have moved up here to get the best angle for this fight at this point. Instead of moving where you move. Now you're running 2 point. Okay, now that you're already here, use this pillar or hug to the left when needed. I'd probably just play here. Here at the start, whenever you have a chance, slowly make your way here and then jiggle peek. And then your life will be easier.
This will help.
Okay, you guys recapped it though. Okay, so right now you just got to get off point. You're a sniper with long range on this map. Like, you're checking out ambitious sleeps, which I'm not a fan of. Have better sleep discipline. Look for actual easier targets to hit, whether you're being threatened or you can use it to cancel something instead of just randomly chucking it, especially against a Lucio in the air like this. Kind of too far. You do have a nano blade though. You might be able to win this actually.
My ultimate is
Check your ultimates. I would almost never advise coming up these stairs like this because if you turn your back and you stare this way, you never know what enemy randomly comes up here on the left side and just kills you for free. Like I said, if you're gonna play Busan Sanctuary or whatever this map is, this is the juicer spot. A, B, for the most part, and then the rest is dependent on where your team plays. If your team is controlling point and playing around here, you can get isolated here for sure. Like, you can play here as long as you account for all the enemies pushing forward on the point, but it's also very easy for them to look at you and just shoot you. So that's why I'm not a fan of this spot. Wait, you're gonna just dash to the right. Alright, whatever. You're looking for him for the nano blade. Alright, good.
Get in there.
Whatever, you got it off on him.
You're going to be okay.
Leave him.
Get back in the fight.
They're not looking at you, I guess. Nade it around the corner. Okay, so sure, shit's happening. They shattered. You're healing. You're actually getting some value. You're getting AP. You're hitting stuff, which is good. You get to reload here. Shoot. You see this? You see critical? They're pulled around the corner. Just nade the ground right here to the left. I would have done it like 3 seconds ago. One. You shot 2 shots before you did it, and you ended up hitting the pillar anyways. Just aim it at the ground there. Okay. That's tough. Now let me see how this would have turned out if you played this entire fight on this side. Like if you were here. If you were here, honestly, your Genji probably dashed to you again, whatever. But we would have called your Genji to blade here, shooting here, here. Like Ryan Zarya can't reach you from here. Ryan Zarya's biggest weakness is range. So if you played here, your only threat was what? A soldier? And this angle would have allowed you to consistently pocket and DPS these guys here like this. You would have been out of shatter range. Just heal, heal, heal. Like, you weren't being touched anyway, so imagine if you were not being touched on this side, then you also were here. You can get a big AoE nade, which will also hit the Rhine here. And you heal all three. This angle the entire time here was superior. Again, you were never touched there, so if you were never touched here, you would have gotten a lot more done here, in my opinion. Anyways. Alright, your Zarya just kind of bubbled you randomly. Look for your target. Look for your Hanzo. Look for your Echo, sorry.
I've taken damage.
The objective is now.
Stay with your Echo. Try to stay with your Echo right now. Or your Hanzo top right. Either or. Fly between those two. Do a little topping off if needed. Okay, where are you looking? Okay, as a Mercy, try to look around a bit more. Right here, you see like this guy died and your eyes just lit up and went for this weird like idea of you wanting to res behind him, but if you just looked around, you would eventually got to him. Keep your eyes peeled. Just attempt the super jump. You should be damage boosting right there too. I don't think I've seen you flick damage boost once too. Excuse me. Like, the thing about damage boost is mid-team fight, it's very hard to find times to blue beam just because you have Zen Mercy, which means heals are a bit sparse. So you'd actually build your ultimate faster by actually just healing like random chip damage. Only when you see like an Echo throw like sticky bombs or Hanzo, you see him like glow and pop a storm arrow, I'd probably damage boost that. But for the most part, you kind of have to go around topping people off. But right now, you won the team fight and you're cleaning up. And that's where damage boost is more valuable to kind of ensure that. So right now, like it's downtime, you could definitely be blue beaming here. Nah, I'd probably pop Valk right now. Pop Valk, pop Valk, pop it, pop it. They're popping theirs. Team fight's engaging. Use it. Okay, so your like back is turned. You know they're engaging here. This is where you pop your Valkyrie and then you fly up. You get a better view of the fight. You get to ensure, you know, you get to fly back and forth like this. They res one. You're doing this the whole time. All right, team fight's over here. So you use your Valk anyways, and now the fight, like if you used it 10 seconds earlier, right now you'd be healing off a little bit of extra chip damage. You might be at 10% to your next one, 10 or 15%, just because you popped it earlier and it ended a bit earlier. Okay, switch to blue here. Yeah, blue beam, good. You get slammed, so you switch to heal. That's good. Hopping over, switch to blue right there. So as you're flying, like this, good. I would like look up to the Echo, good, and then flick to blue right there. But I would actually stop flying around like across their screen like this. Your best bet would just to be just hide in this corner or like get some cover and then fly like hug this wall while pocketing this Echo by just doing a little. If you start falling, you just do a little GA and you dip back up in the air and just hug this right corner here. There's no way they can shoot you like this, but instead you're making yourself a easy to kill target. There is some advanced Mercy stuff. Once you're like a god at Mercy, yeah, you can fly into enemies' LOSs if you know they don't have the threat to kill you to kind of make space, but that's like reserved for like top end Mercies. Some of the really good Mercies know how to use their actual body and self-heal to tank damage for your team. I think some of the... Wasn't there like that Mercy player in Owl who like body block for a barrage and uses their body to like do random shit? But like, honestly, I wouldn't even fuck with it if you're... And like you can still hit like 4,500 on Mercy without ever doing any of that shit.
Where does it hurt?
Don't worry about that. Just play fundamental Mercy and you'll be fine. Okay, he's screwed. Oh, don't fly any closer to that. Okay, so right here. you see your Ryan gonna get caught out, you can look for a res later, but like, if someone's screwed, one of the things that Mercy players tend to do is like they see critical and their eyes light up thinking they need to go there, but sometimes as a Mercy, you just have to let them die and then res them after. Getting a res is like a free, what, 550 HP heal if you think about it, right? So right here, you're flying towards and into their team. But you got lucky, for some reason they just decide to ignore you, even though you flew into them. But you won't, oh, now you switch to blue beam. Okay, so this guy's popping Transcendence, you need to get off yellow beam. So you're yellow beaming, heal beaming when you have a Transcendence going. You should be damage boosting somebody else while Zen does his Transcendence for your team. Alright. Just accept the L. Alright, you're backing up though.
Group up with me.
Group up. Join.
I have empowered you. I'm with you.
Nice super jump though. You know what's funny? Like super jumping as Mercy was unheard of 4 years ago, but now it's like standard for like silver and gold Mercies to even do this stuff. The player base is always getting better, chat.
Right beside you.
Okay. Blue beam. Full health here. That should be a blue beam. Okay, early engaging with Valk. This is a better use of your ultimate than previous. Alright, got the boost on. Your Tracer. Getting in their backline, doing some work.
Step right up.
Good though. At least you're like you use your ultimate proactively in this case, which is much better than what I saw earlier. What the? Good. Alright, good job. Oh my god, we're getting all different supports. We get Ana, some Mercy, and some Lucio. We're getting treated here today. Okay, so if you're playing Lucio with Ryan Zarya, you gotta stay on the walls. Amp speed when they're ready to engage or disengage here. That's fine. 3, 2, 1. You have amp now. You got the anti. Alright, amping. Alright, alright. Team going with you? No, they're not. All right, the engage is over. So I wouldn't have amped that early. I would amp when your team takes corner space here. So for example, yes, you're waiting for your amp, but as a Lucio, your Kree's already here. I wouldn't amp from here to here. You have this space because these guys already kind of backed up. So what you want to do is stay on the speed aura, get your Ryan a bit closer, and then once they're around the corner, then you speed around corners so they don't have time to disengage. If you amp speed here, they can see it and they're like, okay, you're so far anyways, they can just kite it. It's like, you see it as soon as you amp and it's over, and now nothing happened. Literally nothing came from it. Oh, try not to like 1v5 them. You look for a boop off the map here. Oh, you might have gotten the Sigma. Nice. Oh. Oh. Shoot, the Zarya. Loop her away. Get her out of range. Okay. Disrupt the Zarya's, she's high energy. And she's just like shooting, she's getting in range and lasering one of your teammates down. Boop her to disrupt her aim.
There's a 6 shield in your way.
A different angle. Drop a beat here, maybe. There you go. Your Ryan's fucked. Don't. Okay. Okay, you ate your Zarya's bubble. You see, like, there's literally nothing. You need to think about this. If you're a Lucio, if I'm any support and I see 4 people mauling a Ryan with 100 HP, like, you're just fucking dead. I just don't go for him. But you walked in front of him, which ate the Zarya bubble. Like, Zarya's bubble could at least stall his death and give her energy, but then you kind of just ate the bubble because you ran for him. Like, what can you do in this situation? Literally nothing. He's like fucked. Unless your whole team decides to go in. But they weren't. But he somehow made it out though, even without your bubble. Without the Zarya bubble. No, he did. He died. Great escape. Alright, get out. Oh, they are tunneling. Keep him in the corner. Okay, you could have asserted dominance on this Lucio right here. This guy's he's stuck here. You boop him, so he gets stuck in the corner, and you try to land your 4 shots here. But instead, he like jumped over your head and got out. If you see him like this and he's moving this way, you just boop him in to hear it. Get him in the corner. Kill him, or at least he wins the Lucio dominance war. He got out.
Nanoboost ready to deploy.
Okay, your team is here. You can actually speed engage this. Okay, your Ryan's doing some weird shit. Oh, stay on heels. Stay on heels when you get lifted by Sigma to make sure everyone's topped off so the chance of the slam of the Sigma ult doesn't kill you. Speeding in air of Sig is useless. Edgar's like funny sub chat. I'll check after. What? Get beat for this fight? Whoa, 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 whoa. None of this shit right here. Where you run in front and you just dry peek this like this. Look at the enemy sees this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One lone Lucio like this. Like, you didn't take damage because they probably weren't expecting that, but you can actually die so easily and higher elos from this. This is some cheeky ass peek. Back and forth here. Alright. Alright, so if I were you, read what your Ryan's doing. Your Ryan's backing his ass into this corner. Okay. Alright, so your Ryan is doing this shit. For some reason, he gets away with it. At most, if you want to support him, instead of like looping back and forth here, if you can just wall ride over the top like this, back and forth, as soon as they're like halfway out and you just literally look down and boop. If you're like this and you look down and boop, they will still go forward the fixed amount to kind of get them out there. Because if these guys are like trying to see the Ryan, but they don't want to commit because they know he's to the left, if they do one of these to check and then you all of a sudden boop him out, you can catch people out of position. That's probably what I would have done there. But you booped him. Okay, this run went in. Big dynamite. Honestly, he's probably dead. Your Ashe got a big dynamite. The beat was unnecessary in hindsight because after the shatter, your Ashe got the 6-man dynamite. Too much sauce at the end. Ooh, this goes on for a while. Let's watch the final fight. Right, let's see how you guys take this final fight here. You got solo grabbed and caught, but it allowed them to regain the point here. Okay, you have 6 alive. They got 1. You get a grab, they get a beat. Okay, these guys controlled this. It was too tough. I think the idea of you and Kree staying here to try to force them down was probably the better play here. But then your Kree decided to roll forward and die. Because off of that, with the beat, there's nothing you can do. These guys are just going to shoot you.
I am unstoppable.
GG's. A little too overzealous here. Once the Ashe got the kill, your Ryan is dead. They have respawns right in front of you in that fight earlier. Like, once you got a few kills, just get out. Overall,
Der Kampf ist noch nicht vorbei.
Anna starting positioning. It should be a bit more sound. Play cover. And your APM, like you stare at walls way too much. Aggressive nades are almost always better than defensive nades unless absolutely needed. Mercy, definitely be blue beaming a bit more. And stop jumping into the enemies. It looks like you have some mechanics down. Like you got some wall ride fundamentals down, some super jump stuff down, but you know, these are all nice and stuff, but like the core foundation of you, like, you know, waiting forever to use the first Valk, kind of just flying into them, being like, oh shit, and then running away. You gotta think about all these factors. And then the Lucio play, I didn't like some of the amps there. And you missed a couple of the assassination targets. Honestly, with the Rein Zarya rush comp, you for the most part stay with them. Try to enable them. The whole Reddit Lucio thing can work if, you know, you notice your Rein Zarya aren't close to like engaging any of them and you see a lone person like off in the corner, then you can do some Reddit Lucio shit. But for the most part, just play with your Brawly rush comp. Okay. Anyways, chat. We'll guess Bassie's game. Guess his rank. Most people are saying silver, low plat, bronze. 1500. This was console. This is console. I haven't played any console Overwatch, so honestly, I have no idea. If I had to guess that on PC, I would have said silver. But if it's silver on PC, maybe gold on console. All right, what's your rank, Bassie? And a hug. 2500. Nice. Hit platinum. That was yeah, it was just very messy. Just a lot of really all over the place. Could use a lot of work. That's for sure.